Welcome to a bonus edition of Facebook Live here at KUPA, Anaheim, California, live from our training facility. Today we're in a new spot. You probably haven't seen this yet because we haven't done any lives from here, but we're sitting in the actual pedicure training area that we have here over at KUPA facilities. And today I'd like to introduce you to a very special friend who will be a guest today. This is May Van Wy. She is here all the way from South Korea.
South Korea.
She owns My Bling Nails, which is a partner of ours in Korea. So if you are in South Korea and you want to know where to get KUPA products, it's May. So today, we've asked May to do a very special pedicure that she does using all of the passport and bits to do an electric file pedicure.
Right.
Which I know I'm excited to watch, and I'm sure your viewers will be excited. It's just a new way to consider how you do your pedicures. So let's get started, May.
Yes. I'm gonna using the Pantone Black right now.
Yeah.
So at the first time starting the Cuticle Care first.
Okay. So
the second.
all the toenail work first.
Yeah.
Now this foot is dry on purpose, correct, May? We are showing Mie's foot in the foot bath, but that's just because, it just looks better. She's going to have a soggy foot and a dry foot. So this pedicure she's starting right now is dry.
So most of client got a lot of callus on the, what's that called?
Cuticle.
No.
The callus on the surrounding skin?
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah.
Your English is beautiful.
So thank you. I'm sorry, I'm not good at English.
No,
so,
they'll understand.
Yeah,
so
then,
it's the surrounding callus.
I'm gonna using for the callus the diabit, which is diamond bit.
So if you're these are May's bits, and they're certainly bits I will be carrying very soon because May's helping me get them. This is a bit similar to KUPA's enhancement prepper bit right now. It's a diamond bit, correct? Yours,
Yeah.
But yours is made from titanium, which is why it's black.
Yeah, titanium, and then which is black is titanium coatings, the black titanium coating.
Yeah, okay.
So the black titanium coatings makes the hot, not too hot, and
Keeps down the
yeah,
friction.
yeah, right.
Okay.
So RPM gonna be 5,000 and 7,000.
Very good.
Then
to know.
you can be very gently to goes to like around to your client cuticles.
Now, similar to the bit that we have already, if you watch while May works, that head of the bit has grit on it as well as around the bit. So as she's going around the nail, the bit itself is able to exfoliate the dead skin that is surrounding the nail.
There is only one thing, so you have to be careful when you do the cuticle care with the diabet. You don't want it to using too high RPM. So if
Correct.
you're using too much high RPM, then it damages your client own nail.
Yes. I say rule of thumb mostly when you are working on a natural nail, you never want to work anything higher than the slowest speed setting. How does it feel, Mie?
It feels really gentle, like it even feels like a massage kind of.
Yeah, kind of relaxing. I honestly prefer this part I've had on my toes. I don't like cuticle pusher on my toenails. I think my skin surrounding my toenails seems to be a little more sensitive, and when they push with the cuticle pusher, it makes me jump. This doesn't make me jump. I love
And
it.
even when you're using the pusher, then it's hard to push the cuticle on your toes because
Yeah.
they are too thick and stick
Yeah.
on the nail.
And that's when they hurt because
Yeah.
they do stick down harder, I think, than on my fingernails.
But if you do like this, it's easy and really gentle to remove the cuticle. So customers are really comfortable.
Yeah.
And then really clean, you can do that. After done, I'll show you guys. So side, she's got a little bit of callus on side.
Okay.
So you can do removed with this one too.
So May being in Korea, this is a practice that they're allowed to do, and we've been having a lot of talks about state board versus not. And we've had this debate going on for so long. What are techs allowed to do to the skin, and what aren't we? Well, we're allowed to use a foot file to remove calloused skin. So using, I think, a file to remove callus on the sides of the toes shouldn't be any different than the callus skin. Of course, every state is different, so you want to make sure that you check with your state board before performing some of these techniques. But, I mean, it shouldn't be any difference if it's the callus on your foot versus the callus on the side of your toe. We file it off. May, how long have you been doing this pedicure with the e-file?
Actually, I've been doing with the e-file 5 years right now.
5 years. And you have an education team in Korea
Right.
that you train, and they're doing this as well, right?
Yeah.
How many educators do you have?
Right now, we have 7 in Korea.
Amazing.
But next year I'm gonna
have
get
more.
more, have more, yeah.
Good. We'll all have to come visit and help. I want to come.
great.
I want to come to
We should
Korea.
go to Japan to expo and then go to Korea.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
So after using beads, you have to do sanitizer. So beads needed to the ultrasonic sanitizer, because then when ultrasonic goes on, then the keratins and everything goes easy.
Anything stuck in the e-file.
Yeah,
In
so-
America too, we do water sanitize, and then we put it in. And this is the machine from KUPA
I don't know,
called
you
the
guys can see.
ultrasonic.
This is the
disinfector.
ultrasonic from the KUPA company, and then you put on the sanitizers inside there. Then
Perfect for
every
disinfecting.
time every time when we finish the pedicure, we just put in here and makes sanitizer.
Perfect. I love the ultrasonic feature of this particularly because it does get in there. Also great for your jewelry if you have clients that you want to give them an extra special treatment while they're getting their nails done. You can put their rings in there as long as it's water resistant. You can even put a watch. We do our wristbands of our watches in these too.
Use the electronic file with the Cuticle Care. What a good part. You don't really need to using a nipper.
Okay.
The nippers sometimes you can damage on your customer, like a blooding and
I agree.
Yeah.
Now, where I hear everybody saying, as nail technicians by state law, we're not allowed to file skin, but I feel the nipper is far more invasive.
And also when you
Yeah.
push the using pusher, when cuticle push,
Yep.
it's hard to corner and side,
Yeah.
but you can see how it's clean.
Beautiful.
I don't know.
Beautiful.
It's really clean.
Yes, and then inside there's nothing,
That's amazing.
so it's really clean.
I think too that if you have clients with, say, diabetes, which we know if you have a client with diabetes
Yeah.
and you nip them and cut them, it's harder for them to heal.
Mm-hmm.
And so using this technique would even probably be a better
Safer.
technique for your clients with diabetes.
Yeah, so my client, when I'm starting on the pedicure with these things, and even the callus care, when you do using laser or file, just a file or laser, it goes worse than before. But right now, a lot of my customer, because my client, a lot of American armies, my salons are next to the army base.
Oh.
So we have a lot of armies, and the armies got a really bad callus because they got army
Yeah,
shoes.
they're running in their boots all day.
So right now, my client, they getting a lot better than before. So that's why they keep coming and you guys are best. And then I don't know why you guys not using this. It's really
Yeah.
awesome. So now I'm gonna do the callus care. So we need to set up.
So she's changing the way that the leg is
holding
set up,
this.
especially because we're doing this on camera. Yeah, gotta put the pad out. Because we're doing this on camera for you, we've invented a new way of elevating our beautiful customer, Mie.
She's beautiful.
Isn't she?
Yeah.
So that you can see the foot. And wait till you guys see this part, because this to me was the best. I hate
The
foot
foot
files.
files are also good, but if you're using the electronic file, more clean and then more fast.
Yeah.
And then when customers goes home, when you do the foot file, if you're not really good on that, then worse than before.
Yeah.
But electronic files, you use the I'm using 4 different the electronic bit.
Yes.
Then it goes more. how can I say more
Coarse to fine.
Right.
coarse to
It's
fine.
like
So
a nail
yeah.
technician here who does artificial nails will understand what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Because when we start finish filing, we start with
Yeah, finish
180 grit.
Yeah.
And then we go to a smoother file and
Right.
a smoother. So what May is saying, because she told me this yesterday, is when you're filing the skin on the foot, you do start with the rougher bit to
Mm-hmm.
remove the loose dead skin, and then you start going to a finer bit,
Mm-hmm.
to a finer bit. And the last bit she uses is what really makes this pedicure special, because you're closing the skin down
right.
so that you don't get worse cuticle or
Right.
callus, worse callus later on. And that's what I was not taught in school. We just use one coarse foot file and maybe flip it over to a little smoother.
Yeah.
But we don't close
So
the skin when
yeah,
we're
right.
done.
When you done it, then it looks fine. But when customer goes home, that looks worse than
Yeah.
before. So that's why every 2 weeks when they come in, it look bad more
Yeah.
than before. But electronic file, if you're using really well, then it's really good on
Good.
that.
Now I'm going to ask you a question that I'm sure the viewers are going to have. When you're doing the e-filing on the callus removal next, why on dry skin instead of wet skin?
Okay, the skins are moved like fluffy skins.
Yeah, they're
when
loose.
when it goes to on water, it comes down.
Yes.
Then when you're using the filing, it's never gonna removed. You
Right.
can't remove.
So what she's basically saying is when the skin starts to split during the callusing, it kind of comes away. You know, it's almost like out there waving to you. When it's wet, it becomes very soft. And so when she's trying to file, it's kind of moving from the file.
Right.
When it's dry, it stays put, and
Yeah.
you're able to use the file to remove
Yeah.
it.
So when at the starting beginning, you have to look at your customer's skins first.
Okay.
So if they have any of the floppy
Yeah.
skin, you have to remove
Yeah.
first.
So anything, if there's a split and the skin is moving or loose, it's not sealed down, that's what she's saying is you're going to do next.
Yeah, so there's 4 kind of bit bars you're gonna use.
Okay.
The first ones remove the floppy skin.
Okay.
Then
that's the
second
loose.
ones is kind of laser. You can thinking easier, the laser. So
Oh,
most
you-
of hard.
You're saying like in some where they use a razor blade
Yeah.
to remove.
Yeah,
Whereas
so
in America
hard
we
skin.
can't do that, but this we could do.
Okay. Then hard skin.
Yeah.
Like heels and then side or like
The really
thumb,
bad
the
callus
really
areas.
bad callus area. You can using this
Yeah.
one.
In America, they're using acid. So in a sense, you can eliminate using the acid and use a bit like this and have a chemical-free pedicure. Okay?
And these ones are for the whole your pedicure,
Yeah.
whole your callus.
That's the beginning of you smoothing it down.
Right, smoothing down. And then last ones you're gonna sanding using the sanding bit. But these ones we're gonna using something secret. You will see.
Yeah,
What
we'll
I'm
work
gonna
on
do.
that.
Yeah.
Now that is the addition of what I'm not seeing done, or I wasn't even trained to do in America, the last fine bit, the sanding bit you're going to use. I'm going to call that one the baby feet maker, because that's the one that when you did it yesterday, I saw her skin looked like baby's feet. So,
And this one's gonna be a dry.
Okay.
But those two I'm gonna using with the water.
okay.
So it's like
So
a
we'll
little bit
explain when we
different.
get
Yeah.
to those.
When you're starting on pedicure, RPM is most of important.
Okay.
Because if it's too high, and then customer can feeling like too hot, and then when it's too low, the e-file is gonna can be stopped or the too much damage it,
Yeah.
or you can't remove the callus. So what you're gonna using it 10 as 50,000 RPM.
15. So with our machine, that would be the halfway.
And then also before you do the pedicure, of course you guys gonna do that, but mask, hand, gloves, and also if you have the goggles, that will be perfect.
She explained this to me, and it makes complete sense to me. It's almost like also, you know, doing things in the right direction of where, in what direction you should file. So maybe you should explain it, and if you need help, I'll help you.
Okay, the first, there's a few of rules when you do the pedicure. The first, up and down and right
Left,
and
yeah.
left. So what you means, when skins go up, if it's like right side up, if you grinding with the left side, then it's not gonna cutting. So you have to make up and cut.
Yeah. I think when you were explaining it to me yesterday, if I got it right, it's best to file in the direction of the skin. So if it's attached here, I'll use my leg. I think it's in the shot. If the skin is attached and this is loose, best not to file like this because you're just hitting the loose and you're pulling it. Best to file in this direction so that you're filing it down and it's going away. When you're going against it, you're just filing against the skin, and you were explaining it just makes it worse. It doesn't go away. But when you're filing, it's like lifting. When you do, I'm going to keep going back to artificial nails because we all know artificial nails.
It's the same.
Yeah, it's like you're causing lifting if you're going that way too much.
And
I lost the line.
And also second lures don't stay same skin, same over 5 seconds.
Yeah.
So like
'Cause of
what
the
I'm
friction.
doing, I'm always counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goes other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other way. But most
you're
of
always
people
moving.
when they do the A file, they just like keep pointing like, oh, I'm gonna remove everything. And then it comes to the heating and the customers
You
not
should always
uncomfortable.
remember there's friction involved.
So make them comfy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then goes on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the most of important.
And before you start, one more thing. Show them how you position your hand when you're filing the heel and versus filing the toes. Because you have a good technique on how you
Left
anchor.
hands always tension to the skin
Okay.
before you goes to the right hands. So if skin's like this, too much wrinkles, then you can't remove the callus.
Okay.
So makes them right the tensions exactly.
Yeah, you can see the skin is tighter.
Then right hands you can using lot of different positions, but at the first time you can do like you grab the pencil and then what is this called?
Your pinky, but
pinky.
we can call it your fulcrum.
Pinkies always
It's acting
have
as a
to-
fulcrum.
Supporting.
Yeah, pinkies always have to standing to staying because most of pedicures use the high RPM, so it's spending really fast.
Yes.
But if you don't have the pinky hands go
You-
to the
You fly off.
you can damage the on other skin to customer.
Definitely.
And then second one, you grab like you
It's almost like
cutting
shaving a
fruit.
potato
Yeah,
or
like-
peeling
like
a
fruit,
potato.
Yeah, peeling like this. So this is when you do that, even your thumb supposed to be staying.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the second one.
While you start demonstrating, I'm going to look for questions because I feel I've neglected the group and I want to make sure if there's any questions, I'm asking while we're doing it.
Those skins are good. She's got a really dry skins here, and then when you do here, you just use the heel top part top. So removes really smooth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, Michelle Harbaugh, you're back. I've got to learn to say your name right. Michelle had made a good observation. She said, so file like you're shaving your legs where you go with the hair. Perfect analogy. You should be here with us. Rebecca says she's glad this technique is getting popular here because I would rather do this than having to deal with water or other stuff we do. And she agrees you need a good grip on the foot as well.
So you will see that
water.
fluffy skins here a little bit. She's not that bad.
Okay.
She's good.
Yeah, you can see there's a little bit of
Yeah.
loose skin there.
I hope you guys can see.
It's a light
but
crack.
Yeah.
Richard's
So
he's
you're
getting
gonna
a
really
focus on
move
that.
So like this kind of fit, if you are my customer, it's 20 minutes done.
Okay.
It's not even take 20 minutes.
Okay.
But sometimes armies, they are really bad.
The army boot people.
Yeah. I feel so sorry to them because they got really bad killers.
Yeah.
So sometimes take an hour, sometimes, but we are doing really good on that.
Okay. So into the disinfectant.
So this is gonna be remove the callus.
Okay.
She's got a lot of callus on this side.
Okay.
Actually, here. But if I keep using dry, then it's gonna be too much skin dusty everywhere.
Okay.
Then,
So this is where you're gonna do the trick you showed me.
yeah.
Okay.
This is trick. Makes the heating down and then
Okay.
not too dusty.
So
is
what
going
she's
on.
doing is kind of what one of our products does. When we do the RPM manicure, we use a e-file oil called Final Phase. And what it does is it eliminates friction from the e-file running on, in this case, the skin, and it also keeps down the dust. And what she's doing, and this is a trick she taught me yesterday, is you're going to spray water on your gloved hand while you work, that's your left hand, while you work with your right hand. And what she'll do is she'll just pat water onto the foot and use it sort of as lubricant while you're filing to keep down the heat from the friction and eliminate dust. But we're also glad, and I'm going to point this out because we all should be doing this, she's wearing her gloves and she's wearing a mask. Every technician should always wear gloves and a mask while doing a pedicure. And you even take it farther, May. You have these amazing eye shields. Yeah, they're clear. She doesn't have them with her. But yeah, they wear a shield that she wears that covers down to your mask, so there's no chance of any of that flying at your face.
Nothing going on.
The nail tech's nightmare.
And also, I'm pretty sure you guys wanted to know when we can put on the spa, the time.
Right.
This is the time.
Okay.
So what I'm doing is at the Cuticle Care first, and then if customer had too much fluffy skins, then I cut it,
Okay.
then put on the spa,
Okay.
and take him out and starting another
Okay.
section.
Okay.
But skins are keep dry. That's why I keep put on
Yeah.
the waters.
Files off
Yeah.
better if it's dry. But
So-
now you're gonna have the water that will help you keep. So she's just making the foot, moist on the surface.
Maybe you guys wanted to know why she not sprayed on straight to the customer's skin. Normally people's not like it. And then also if you put too much water, then all the water goes to your face.
Yeah, when you're e-filing,
Yeah, so
the
you
water
don't
is
wanna,
coming
you
at
don't
your
want to
face.
do that. When
Very
actually,
good example.
When I'm doing my client, I'm doing really low position, so I don't have to get all the callous things go to me. But right now it's face on face.
Yeah, you don't want it in your face.
Yeah. No.
So
Even she's pretty.
Brandy M is asking again what bit she's using. Right now, these are bits that are exclusive to My Bling Nails in Korea. We have the ability to make our own, and she's going to help us do it. So we'll be launching these eventually soon. And I already have a pedicure class lined up that we've been working on for the education for the new training facility. So certainly these will be techniques that as we work out, we're going to do. Mia's already learning, so you'll be teaching the first class.
Yep. So
Okay.
look at the gloves. Gloves got water.
And it'll stay wet.
Yeah, stay wet. So every time when you look at your client, if it's dry, then you can just a little bit.
Yeah,
water
wet the
you can
area
put.
you're about to file.
And then also, when client got a lot of callus like this, it's not really bad. She's got a little bit.
Right.
But we wants to be removed perfect. That's why we remove too much. Then after that, when they go home, they hurt.
Yeah.
Starting, and then it gets really bad.
Yeah.
So you should do a little bit
Yeah,
more.
but
than-
leave a tiny
Yeah.
amount to
Yeah.
protect them. Because
Yeah, of
usually,
course.
too, especially if you're a waitress or an athlete, you build up calluses because you're wearing those spots. So you do need to leave a little
if you
bit.
remove too much, later it goes more. But if you remove the callus a little bit, and that stay like that, so later the callus not staying too much.
Okay. So just to confirm for Becky Lim, she says, so would this part of the pedicure be done before the client's feet are put in the water? The toe part she did, if you go back and watch the video, the toe part she did, and then the ploppy, we're going to call it ploppy skin now. The bit she used to remove loose, kind of separated skin, all was done before the foot would have gone in the water. She said now her client would have gone in the water and come out, but they'd be dry again. And the foot would be completely dry, and her gloved hand on her left hand has moisture on it so that she's able to add moisture to the foot while she's filing to keep down the dust and to keep friction down. So you go, girl. Look at that. You forgot your mask.
Yeah.
because she keeps talking. I'm going to remind her because I don't want anything ending up in her mouth. We've all had that happen, haven't we, girls? Rebecca, I'm going to have to steal you in my suitcase. Okay. So, Mie,
Yes.
how does this feel?
It doesn't almost feel nothing. Like, it feels like she's just like file it with the really fine file.
Yeah. So it's not anything that's uncomfortable or...
Not at all. Not at
No.
all.
I squirm during foot filing. I don't know what it is. When they pull out the foot file and that pumice block thing, especially if they touch near my arch of my foot, which you can't help when
Ticklish, really
yeah,
ticklish.
when you're going over the whole foot, you inevitably hit areas that are just not as comfortable. I like the idea that this just hits the areas needed and not everywhere. Yeah.
And you have to remember, tok tok tok.
Yeah.
Not like
Don't stay.
Yeah.
Just light
So-
touches.
So if it has fluffy skins, if you like grinding like hard, it's gonna get hard.
Okay.
So you just touch the tok 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 like that.
Okay.
Then it's easy to remove.
Yep.
So like these things got a lot of floppy skin.
Okay.
So you just touch a little bit gentle, like tok 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 tok
She's so
I
cute.
love it.
tok 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 tok. Then it's gone. Yeah.
It's great.
So it's not hot. I love this tool.
Yeah.
I love this zip file.
It's a good team.
This is brand new, and I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The new handpiece too.
Yeah, new handpiece.
The new handpiece is nice. That's the KP60.
KP60, right? I love it.
It's especially nice because it's smaller. It fits our lady hands. Okay, so Michelle just asked, is she going at 15K RPM? With this bit, you were still at 15,000 RPM like the last bit?
Less 10,000 as 15,000.
Okay.
Or
So-
if guys like a man, they
Yeah.
are really hard skinned, then
Okay.
you can using 20,000.
Okay. So 10 to 15, Michelle, like she said, if it's a man or a woman with really gnarly feet, you can go up to 20. But just don't stay in the same place more than 5 seconds and, tap gently.
And then this time, so I'm gonna using diabit, like this one. Diabit's gonna be goes all the last of starting smoothing.
Right.
But you can use two different way. If you don't want to using a chemical, then you don't have to using the cuticle callus
Callus
remover.
remover, yeah.
What I'm doing, I'm watching the customer. Then if they have got really bad, I'm using callus remover.
Okay.
But I'm not using straight to the callus remover because it's too much.
Okay.
So I put the spray powder just a half, and half is water.
Okay.
So the mixing makes more.
So you're watering it down
Yeah,
just so
yeah.
the acid isn't
Yeah.
quite as strong.
And then-
Okay.
Even when you buy it, you have to watching the pH, then not to damage the customer's
Yeah.
skins. I don't know. You guys have a lot of callus remover.
We do.
We do.
We
It's
do,
really
and some of them
strong.
are pretty strong. So this diamond bit that you're about to use, would you say that that's kind of more like the last two were removing callus? This one maybe is more like exfoliation for the whole foot, but strong exfoliation, right? Okay. So this one you're going to use all over the foot. What speed are you going to work at with your e-file?
Normally, I'm using the 15,000.
Okay,
But
15,000.
like her, she's got a not strong skin. Her skins are soft.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna using just 10,000.
Okay.
Depend on what skin types customer
Okay.
got, then you have to
So
use.
the worse or harder the skin, the higher the speed. Softer the skin,
Right.
lower the speed.
So let
Okay.
them stay like 1 or 2 minutes.
Okay.
You can. So this is starting dry. Really dry.
Sarah
skin.
Kim says talk 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 LOL. You're talk talk talk.
Yeah, talk talk talk.
Talk 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 and
important.
floppy skin.
Yeah.
I love
I'm
it.
gonna learning.
So cute.
I'm
and
gonna
then
never get
goes
rid of
to
you.
the even your
So
toenail,
you're exfoliating the tip of the
toe
toe.
finger,
Yeah, the pinky
pinky
toe.
toe. Yeah, pinky toe.
So she put more water on her left hand just in case you missed it. So you're able to, again, use the little bit of water on your hand as lubrication, stop friction, eliminate dust. Now, May, I wonder, would you ever use oil to do this or just water?
Oh, just water right now.
Okay. And why do you prefer water to, say, a thin oil? Just curious. Why
Right
do
now?
you prefer the water instead of oil?
Oils are later.
Okay.
Last
So
time.
like at the end when you start to do
Yeah.
hydration.
But
Good
this,
idea.
This is for the, you have to do everywhere. So it makes calm down to do it, not to make it hot.
Yeah. Marcy, love having you here as well. Loves to do pedicures. Also nail technician. Likes watching us too.
And then also on these times, your hand positions are gonna be changed a little bit because
Okay.
before it goes up and down and right and left, but if this one goes
Ah.
all the way to on your feet, so it's too hard to up and down like this.
Okay.
It's gonna be take forever. So I'm gonna
Okay.
using I call the tornado.
The
Tornado.
tornado.
Yes,
Yes, you showed me
tornado.
this. This is the little circles.
So you do
Yeah,
like
you're
this
working
up
in
and
little
down,
circles.
up and down, little circles. Then it's easy and fast.
And it also helps you prevent staying in the same place too long and getting friction. You're always moving. You're never
And
getting
then
hot.
when you tornado do, and then if you see the little bit of fluffy skin again, and then do it again.
Top, top, top.
You get it.
I get it. These are all terms I'm using in my first class, I promise. They won't get it as well though.
And then don't forget
It'll
to
be in our
keep
hearts.
put some waters on the customer's skin, then it gets not too hot.
Okay.
And don't go here with the diabetes. It's really sensitive.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go to all the hills. Can you see that? Or the callus coming up? Because you use I was use the callus remover. So it's more, why I'm using, because it's more easier to remove the callus.
Okay. I love Lisa Marie Stokes' comment. She says the way she's doing it, you come out with a more buffed and smooth foot than when using a file. A lot of times,
Definitely.
hours after my pedi, I can see tiny shreds of skin.
Yeah.
This leaves a more buffed surface. Exactly. That exactly
Even
is the
worse
point
than
we were
before
trying
you
to
get
make.
pedicure.
Yeah. Can't cut. Technically, yeah. Technically, when it comes to a razor blade or any kind of shaving and cutting of the skin, illegal for sure.
What about this diamond?
This is that from state to
This
state,
is
it could
not
be
a cut,
different.
this is grinding.
Yeah, it's not
it's
cutting.
different.
All of the bits she has used so far are all just different grits of what we do with a hand file.
And then this is the bar, so you can sanitize autoclave, like a really high temperature. You can put
Autoclave.
Oh.
Yeah, you can using that one too.
Yeah, you
also.
can- yeah.
So it's more clean.
Sterilize. Oh, this is a good comment. Marcy says, and thank you for sharing this new technique for me. I love it. It's fast and amazing, not spending as much time on the client. Oh.
Thank you. And you didn't use the callus remover,
Right.
so you have to wash the customer's feet first.
Of course, because of the remover. So,
Yeah, so
Mia is
we're
gonna
gonna do,
dip her feet in or foot in the water to remove the acid, the watered down acid remover.
Do you want towel? Here.
I need
Use
some
this.
towel. Okay, thank you.
Rebecca hopes Texas allows them to use this technique. I bet you everybody's going to be taking to their computers to start researching their state boards to go, can I do this? Totally.
So my client, their armies, they had to they can stay on the year, then they have to leave to Korea.
They must be so sad when they
They're
leave.
missing you.
Yeah, everybody contacted me on Facebook, and then they was like, "Oh, I miss you, man. I miss you guys. I wish you guys are here."
Come
like
to
that."
my state, teach them how to do this pedicure so I can still have it.
Yeah. So this
Okay.
is the most my secret part. I'm gonna put on oils.
Okay,
not
this is
on
when the
feet.
oil comes in.
What kind of oil you're gonna using? It doesn't matter. Just whatever you want.
Yeah, something beautiful and hydrating.
Yeah, and then I'm using with good smell oil. Then people will feels like more I'm
Okay.
more special. So just put some oils.
Good time to do like therapeutic oils.
Therapeutic.
Because now you told me this yesterday too. Using the sanding band with the oil, it does release the fragrance more. The client can smell it, and so you are creating,
Spa
relaxing
feeling.
spa environment.
So why I'm using the oil? It's not just the smell or something. Oils, when you put the oils on your skin, the oils makes your skin's tension. So with grinding starting, easy to cutting last of skin.
Yeah,
Makes
all those
more
dead skin
smoother.
cells.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I think one of your students.
That's it.
Yeah.
Going-
Maybe Jenny knows if Jenny's watching. Is that one of your educators?
No.
She says she is best. I'm assuming you. My love boss. Or I love my boss. Is maybe? Or is that you? That. Oh. Someone that knows you.
She's the one of really famous nail artists in Korea.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at you.
She's famous too.
She had a class last time with me.
Well, welcome. We're so happy to have you in
So
our
band, sending
Facebook.
band goes to the 5,000 and 7,000. Normally I'm using 7,000. So
tornado
this one-
again.
Yeah, again to tornado and then goes to everywhere.
Everywhere.
Be
Every
gentle.
single
Okay,
corner.
everywhere. I want to say hi to Jay, my girlfriend, who is a distributor in Australia. She's here watching from Australia right now.
Cool.
Yep. She says hello, lovely ladies. This is my favorite part, I think.
So I don't know what you guys think, but me,
Yeah.
side part, I'm
She even
scared
goes
of
between the
this.
toes. Because sometimes you do have dry skin there that you don't even know you have.
And then you still can see a lot of callus goes.
Yeah.
A little callus things are coming.
When I was watching you do this yesterday on very smooth feet, you could, in the oil, as she was filing, see dead skin cells coming off because they, it's like it almost looks like the e-file is pushing dirt, but it's not. It's the dead skin cells coming off and attaching to the oil. And there's quite a bit that is removed. How does this feel to you?
Feels good.
Does it tickle you? Because I think this was the one that tickled Liz.
No.
No?
Not at all.
So,
But when I'm getting like foot files, sometimes it tickles.
I don't like the foot
Depends
files.
on how they do.
Yeah,
Some people like put really, really low pressure.
yeah.
So it.
They always laugh at me when they do the foot file and the pummie block or whatever on my foot. I can't sit still. I hate it. I just want to skip everything and get to the massage. I can't stand the feeling of it all. Okay, let's see. What else? What's your Facebook trainer? Oh, May. May. So, Marcy, you can find May on Facebook. She's May Van Y. And it's spelled exactly like you would expect it to be. It's not crazy spelling we wouldn't know. So MAY, second word VAN, third word is WHY. And she is on Facebook. I think when I even looked you up, you're the only one. You're so original. You come right up. Oh yeah, you do the sides. You
here
said this.
part, a lot of women when wintertime they took long boots.
Yes.
So this part hits the boots, then they come up a lot of callus in here too. But if you're touch the skin with the carbide bit or
Yeah, it's too
diamond,
thin.
it's too thick, so and it
Yeah.
kind of hurt. So
Yeah.
you just make the oils in it and then just a little
Only
bit
with the
gently
fine. Yeah.
cleaned up, then it's really clean, and then people also like it. Even here too.
Rebecca says she always skips the foot file. She hates it. Oh, there we go. Rachel put your info up so that they can find you as well. Can you remind us, May, what speed are you working at again? What
This one?
speed?
These ones are 7,000
7,000
right now.
RPM. Okay.
And then also, when my students always ask me for how long time do I have to do this with the oil thing.
Right.
Me, I'm really kind of long time.
Yeah.
to do.
And you
So-
even said after a while the oil disappears. It
Yeah, the oil
either absorbs
disappeared.
or you filed that area, and that's kind of an indication.
And
You've
this,
done it?
These files you can go in here too.
Yeah. That's where I'd be squirming
It's
right
actually
now.
not tickle.
No?
Ticklish, no.
I'd be squirming. I feel like I would tickle.
She's doing really fast.
Nice, huh?
Yeah. I already love this pedicure.
I told you. See, now you can do it on me. I can do it on you.
I know! We can practice each other.
It's awesome.
We're gonna all use maze technique.
Uh-huh. We're so lucky you're here, May, to teach this.
I'm really happy to be here today.
I know. I'm so glad you could stay. Mie was my model, or was the nail tech. I almost said model. How to have it. Mie was the nail tech for our 11 a.m. weekly KUPA, Facebook Live today. So when she was here, I said, we have a secret Facebook Live with a very special guest today. Can you stay? And thank
And
God.
I was like, I'm gonna be a foot model.
Yeah. You were brave. I would be nervous and embarrassed to have my feet on camera.
I didn't really think about that part.
I know.
You guys can see that all the oil's gone now.
That looks good.
Yeah.
Look at how beautiful your skin looks. I can see it on the HD TV over
This kind
there.
of fit while I'm gonna telling my client I'm gonna finish this and then tell her, okay, 2 weeks later we'll see again. Then it's gonna be getting better. So, and also I love to this band. It's a mender from the KUPA.
Yeah.
Why I like it is you don't have most of menders you have to check it out with nippers or something.
Yeah.
This is like you can take it out.
The easy off
Easy off.
mandrel. Look,
Yeah.
you have oil on your hands, you have gloves on, and you were able to get that off.
Yeah, so I just
Yeah.
thought,
When I was in my early days before we had those, I had to cut them off.
then I need more gloves, but it's okay. This is the. Then what I'm doing, I'm just put some creams on
Okay.
the customer.
Is this when normally they would do the foot massage probably
Yeah.
time? Yeah. We gotta do a side by side.
I'm using 2 different creams in my shop.
Okay.
So one is for like thicker cream for heel.
Okay.
Put a lot and then starting massage. It goes
Okay.
to inside.
Very smart.
Then they love it. And smells good.
You know when somebody bends in to sniff your foot, it must smell good.
So then
Let me
it's all
see.
done.
Maybe we can compare those 2 feet.
Okay.
Elena Desmani, hello.
She
I'm from
wants
the East
to
Coast.
showing that her.
Dead skin.
So this
Oh
is
yeah,
the
can
one
you
what I
guys
did.
see the difference? Oh yeah, if you cross your feet.
This is the. It.
Richard's really gonna zoom in. I'm gonna watch it on my phone and tell you. Oh, you can see the difference. You can see the difference just because even like your blood flow looks different on both feet.
True.
This foot that's done looks so like
Smooth.
like beautiful healthy color. Oh yeah, you can see that, Richard. It looks really good. What a difference. I'm telling you, it's like now this is baby foot. I call it baby
And
feet.
also the walkers like me and all my coworkers. At the first time when we're starting with the filing, it's so hard.
Yeah.
Because they are really messing fit. So it's when you're working starting on with the filing, it takes forever, and then your shoulders and then your
Yeah.
ankles are everywhere are sick.
Yeah, your
when
joint.
you like 3 or 4 clients coming, then you're
Yeah.
gone. When I go home, it's hard.
When-
So I need to go to massage every day.
Yeah.
Same
But
thing
this
Same when you
one-
file.
This
Filing,
one,
hand filing versus e-file.
Yeah.
e-filing, it goes by themselves. So I just touched it. That's all.
Yeah,
So
less
you don't
less
have to
work
cook.
on your joint.
Yeah.
I
so
agree.
It's really easy, and you're not sick at all.
We have a customer, a viewer, asking what grit the sanding bands are. Hard to say because 2 of them are carbide cut. I'd say The first one, if I had to guess, I would call maybe a medium.
Mm-hmm.
The second one, which you did the heavy work with, I would say was sort of a coarse, but it's a special cut bit. The third one was a diamond.
But
coarse.
bars, their own the shapes and
Right.
their own material.
Right.
Then it's all different. The
Right. The way that they're even cut.
files grid.
Yeah.
Grid is all different.
Right.
As what
It's hard
they're
to
made out.
it's hard to put them in the grid.
You can't telling about what kind of grid
Yeah.
you're using.
Yeah.
It's different. 'Cause
Yeah.
all bars has their own grids.
I know, yeah.
So what I can tell, you can using high to low.
Right.
Yeah. So most
Yeah, so the rough, starting out rough,
one
go to
and then
smooth.
goes to the
Just
really
like when you
smooth
finish
one.
filing artificial nail, you always start rough and you always go to smoother if you want to get high shine.
But sometimes people don't know about how can using, so they are using like really low one to high, then it's more messing to the toes.
Right.
Yeah, cuticles.
So is that everything to your pedicure?
Yes, I'm done.
Well, May, I really would like to thank you so very much
Thank
for being our special guest today.
Thank you for
coming
inviting
all
me.
the way from South Korea to teach us this new pedicure.
Yeah.
Nye, again, thank you for being our foot model and today's nail technician
Yeah.
for the 11 o'clock show.
you.
And to all of you watching, thank you again for tuning in on the surprise Facebook Live. Don't forget, we are Facebook Live every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific time, always on KUPA, sometimes with the magazines, sometimes on KUPA, but definitely always exciting, fun, interactive. Tuesdays, if you speak Vietnamese, or if you don't, because I like to watch no matter what I understand, tune in Tuesdays at 11 every other week, which is next week, every other week, to see Viet KUPA Live. So thank you again for joining, and we hope to see you next time. Bye.
Bye.